Mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my performance review of the Ice Blood version 2 from Way of Wade. Let's go. Guys, if you are not familiar with this sneaker, this is actually D'Angelo Russell from Minnesota. Yeah, he's currently in Minnesota. And this is his signature sneaker from Way of Wade. And this is what they're calling the Wade D-Low Ice Blood and the version 2. I'm not actually quite familiar with the version 1, the main difference, but I got this. Thank you, Way of Wade, for sending this over and letting me try this sneaker. And if you're looking for an alternative sneaker from the market, and if you are a fan of D-Lo, he's actually a awesome scorer. Came from the Lakers. What team did he play? Brooklyn. He carried the Brooklyn team before Kevin Durant was there, and I think they reached the playoffs with him, Dinwiddie, and some other guy, Barton, I think, or some other guy. So he's an excellent player, and he signed under Way of Wade, and this is his signature sneaker. So let's find out how it performs. First up, let's talk about the box. I'm kind of ranting about the box. Look what the box looked like. And this is not actually Wade's or Way of Wade's fault. This is actually the shipping currently right now. So I'm showing this to you. Just a little warning that during holiday seasons, if you're having a package sent over, this is not my first problem with different shipper. It's actually a different shipper that happened to me, and it was actually worse because I ordered something from Amazon and it was supposed to be a massager. Then when it came to me, the inside of the package I was really surprised how light the massager was. So I began shaking it and it began producing some sounds, and when I opened it up, it was replaced by a couple of cheap toys inside, like literally children's toys, like the balls that have bells inside of it. So was really pissed off, but luckily Amazon was kind enough to return the package. So I told them that someone replaced during the transit, and I think it's one of the drop-off countries, not too sure where. So kind of unfortunate. So I didn't have my massager, and this came again. And look how some shipping company handles the packages. So better to put fragile in your package if you're sending something that you want to be in pristine condition. And I think this usually happens on holiday season because all shipping companies are very busy, so they just don't take care of your package like how they should normally take care of them. So just a little bit of ranting on how it was shipped, but it's not the sneakers brand's fault. It's actually the third-party shipping company that went through my product. So going back to the sneaker, so the upper of the D-Low Ice Blood, so it's kind of long name, upper is made out of this mesh upper that is really soft. Didn't need any break-in time at all. The first time that I used them, it was really soft to the touch already. Look how soft it is. And what's nice about this mesh is it doesn't stretch at all too, because of how thick the mesh is. It's like a double layered mesh. If you can see how I touch it. And on the durability wise of the sneaker, there's a lot of fusing and fuse stitch coming from the forefoot to the lateral and medial side of the sneaker, and fusing here on the toe box, or the tip of the toe rather, and some more fusing on the lateral part for more durability and extra lateral support. which also goes on the medial side of the material. I think it also helps out in the support, and it prevents the mesh upper to stretch at all. So given that the sneaker is really soft, or the material of the sneaker is really soft, so the fusing will give extra structure to the sneaker and durability. So you can see here in the lateral part, this like teeth that comes up are also helping out in the lateral support. So when I was doing lateral cuts on this one, I really felt contained and I didn't have any slippage on the footbed, which is nice. And on the tongue, it has some ventilation on the lower part of the tongue here, and it's nicely padded. The tongue is really high too on the top, and there's a pull tab here. It's very easy to put your foot in. It's a really low cut sneaker, so you can see the curve from the ankle bone, so it's right below your ankle bone, and there's a lot of padding here, foam that goes around the heel. And of course, the material around the lace loops are very nice. It's fused, and there's another extra lace loop here that's color red, and it kind of goes down here to the lower part of the lateral part of the midfoot. So when you tighten your laces up here around this area, it will really hug your foot and giving you a better lockdown feel. Plus another thing that helps out and the midfoot fit of the Ice Blood version 2 is the Pro Bar lock, which they are calling this blue part here. So what it does is it gives you a very nice arch support to the sneaker and gives you a spring back. This also acts as a stability plate, especially when you're running up and down the floor. You will really feel the Pro Bar lock to give you a little bit of spring back when you're running up and down the floor. Because at first, when I was just walking around with the sneaker around the court doing some warm-ups, I didn't feel that the foam was engaging too much. But after several minutes, when I warmed up the foam, which is made out of light foam, it began giving me a better bounciness, especially on the forefoot. On the heel too, initially it was kind of stiff, but when the foam warmed up with my foot, it gave a little bit more impact protection around the heel. So the setup of the light foam is kind of really low to the ground, and I would say light foam, if you haven't tried any Way of Wade sneaker yet, the light foam feels like a Dunarlon or a Cushlon from Nike. If I'm going to compare it to something that maybe you have tried, because Nike's available here in the Philippines, so it kind of feels like Cushlon. And they say it's light foam is light, and when you're holding the sneaker up, you would feel that it's not too bottom heavy, given that the material of the upper is really soft. Usually when the upper is really light, you will feel the base will be kind of heavy, but with this one, it has a nice balance from the upper and the foam of the sneaker. And I think most of the weight is coming from the traction, which we are going to talk about in a bit. So speaking of weight, let's weigh it in. So this is US 11. This is my size. So it's 420 grams, so it's on the lighter side. So the D-Low Ice is kinda on the lighter side of things, and it's really built for guards, quicker guards too. And going back to the traction or the rubber material used here, I think Way of Wade really made the sneaker to be used for outdoor, because if you can see how thick the patterns are and it doesn't move, it's not too pliable, but on an indoor court it was still sticking really nicely, which I'm really impressed, because usually if the rubber material is not that pliable or not too flexible, usually it's a hit or a miss on the traction indoors. But with this one, it was still gripping really nicely indoors. And I mean, I haven't tried this yet in outdoors, but I think this will be a really outdoor friendly hoop sneaker if you're looking for something that you can use for outdoors. And some details on the outsole is here: ice in my veins, and Wade here, and 0%, meaning his number here, and this is his signature. and letter D for deloading, and of course crowbar lock written here on the middle part of the sneaker, light foam on the foam, and there's some more here, 502, which is the zip code of Kentucky University where he studied. So there's a lot of Easter egg in the sneaker, which is really nice. And as for the insole, comes with a typical insole from Way of Wade, which is not too shabby. It's kind of thicker compared to your regular Artolite, and it's a lot more denser, so it gives a very nice step-in comfort feel to the sneaker. And for the strobo, it's not the ones that I really like that's found on the Wow 10s and the All City, but this is not too bad either, because when I'm pressing it down I could feel the light foam right below it. So it's like a neoprene material that is used as a strobo board. As for the sizing of the Ice Blood version 2, go true to size if you're a regular footer, and half size up if you're a wide footer, because for regular footers like me, the midfoot part of the sneaker is kind of tight. As you can see, the midfoot curve here, it's going inside, giving you a better arch support. So if you're a flat footed and you want arch support in the sneaker, this is one sneaker that you can try. It will give you a very nice arch support. So it's kind of tight around the midfoot, so take that into consideration when you're buying this sneaker. The price of the Ice Blood version 2 is 5,600 pesos. It's available now in wayofway.com, and yes, they do ship here in the Philippines and in other countries too. Make sure, if you want to know how much is it, check it out first, then you will see the shipping fee that comes with it. Then after that, there's no extra fee when it comes here in the Philippines. So if you want to order, you can order in that side, because I know there's a lot of other fake sites in Lazada here in the Philippines that are selling fake Way of Wade, so watch out for that. Make sure to buy from the official store. I think they have also in Lazada and those verified store, but if you wanna be sure, just go over at wayofway.com. So 5,600 for this, so it's around $100. So this is actually a budget sneaker, and a pretty solid budget sneaker in terms of performance. The support that you'll be getting out of this sneaker is really nice. The base is wide in the forefoot. The material doesn't stretch at all. Very good support laterally and durability. And it's if you want a low cut sneaker, this will do the job. A very low to the ground cushion setup if you're into that, and of course the very solid rubber traction that comes with the Ice Blood version 2. So let me know what your thoughts are on the Ice Blood version 2. Hit me a comment down below. Thank you again for joining by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.